Hey onda, thanks for watching Doing Life with Jenny. If you're new here, in June of 2023, I moved from St. Louis in the US to Mexico to the state of Hidalgo. It's 7 a.m., and I'm taking you along for a typical Thursday and Friday living here in Mexico. Today is the last day of summer school. I've been teaching a third grade English class. It lasts 45 minutes, but I have to log in 10 minutes early. So it is rainy season in the summertime here, so there was really no point in me mopping because now we have muddy paw prints on the bed and paw prints on the floor. But it's okay because it still needs mopped once in a while, right? And speaking of rainy season, it is very common for it to flood here, both in the streets and in your home or business. One, most cities don't have any kind of storm drains like we do in the States. It just collects in the street. And two, the houses are not sealed here or planned well. They don't seal around the doors, they don't seal around the windows by default. I just had someone come do that last week, and it did help. The first time it rained hard this rainy season, I did get some water in my bedroom and the living room. After they sealed, it barely came in my bedroom. Just putting a towel along the door would have taken care of it. At one of my students' houses, they have a sunken dining room. Let's say this hand is their dining room. The ground is a little higher, so it floods. It's very common. I've been going to the doctor a lot lately, but I'm going to take you along for that tomorrow, and I'll explain more what's been going on with my health. I'm having my oatmeal. I finished the last little bit of coconut milk, and then I added some almond milk. And then on top I put almonds, cacao nibs, cinnamon, turmeric, and banana. While the laundry is finishing up, I'm going to run to the print shop. I printed off a little unicorn coloring book page. I'll explain why when I get back. I'm not going to take you along because I need to charge the phone, but I'll show you when I get back. Okay, the print shop is just like 2 blocks away, but I printed off this unicorn coloring sheet because I tell my boyfriend he's my unicorn because he's just different, you know? Like, you have your little checklist of things that are a must, things that are like preferences, and he like checks all of the boxes. So I'm going to color this for him and then write him like a little note or poem or something on the back. So I don't know what's going on with the laundry. It told me I had 25 minutes left like 20 minutes ago, and it still says I have 24 minutes left. So we're going to go ahead and run our errand for the day, which is going to pay the internet. My internet is 400 pesos per month. I usually pay 2 months at a time, so I don't have to make a trip there so often. It's for the highest speed that they offer. I'm not sure what that speed is. I don't know my technology, but it works really well to do my Zoom calls for work and to upload my YouTube videos. So we are walking there. One, it's a gorgeous day. April and May are the hottest months here, and it was abnormally hot, getting up to 94 degrees several days, whereas high 80s is usually the highest it gets. I think at the moment it's maybe like 67 to 70 degrees. Two, we're on a tight budget. It's only 9 pesos to take the combi, the little public transportation van. 9 pesos there, 9 pesos back, but we're on a very tight budget, being a teacher in the summer. And then also because I just need some exercise. So speaking of it being nice out, in the 1 minute I've been walking so far, the sun has come out. It's been hiding behind clouds, and it's also maybe like 10 in the morning, so it's just now starting to get like high in the sky. But the sun here is very, very intense. With the high elevation, like it literally feels like you're closer to the sun, even if it's not like hot outside. You still feel it. And the wind is what is very cool. Also, something to keep in mind, if you have a solar hot water heater, it will still work if it's cloudy because it heats up with the UV rays, but you can tell a difference. Like my water on a sunny day gets boiling hot, and usually you have to put the handle exactly halfway between hot and cold for it to be the right temperature. Today I had it all the way to hot, just to give you an idea how much it affects the water temperature if you have a solar hot water heater. All finished. It's about a 25-minute walk, maybe 20-minute walk. My puppies are happy to see me. I get all of these weeds. They have these pretty purple flowers, but they have thorns. So while I was charging my phone up some more, I did my budget. Usually throughout the month, every week or so, I keep track of how much I've spent so far to see if I'm within my budget. And then I tally up how much I made for the month and, all of the math. Surprisingly, I made enough to cover my expenses, even though I don't have my full load of classes at the moment. Because I have been very worried about money for the summer, but that's just how I am. Even if I'm making a lot of money, I'm always worried about money. So while I'm waiting for the laundry, because it's still not finished, I don't know what's wrong with that washing machine. I'm going to color my boyfriend's unicorn picture. I've just been sitting here doing my lesson plans. I make them on Google Slides, but my brain needs to mix things up a bit because I've been working on this too long. So I think I'm going to probably play the piano first because I just had a snack and have some food in my teeth. And then once the food is out of my teeth, I will play the saxophone for a bit. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. I played for maybe 15 minutes. What I need to do is print off the lyrics because if I pull up the lyrics and the chords on my phone, you get all kinds of ads popping up and you have to stop and scroll. I'm going to do a quick workout. It probably doesn't even count as a workout. I'm not even changing my clothes. I don't sweat and it's not hot. And this workout's going to be like 10 minutes long. Better than nothing. It's very windy and it's already sprinkling a tad. And this good boy in the middle of the street, that's my best friend. He loves to get pets.
Vamos a empezar por los 40. Que vaya aumentando.
I just I just ate my peanut butter and jelly, but I need a little something more, so I'm going to the corner store for some chips. So we're going to do a quick story time. So Sunday I went to see my boyfriend. He lives 2 hours away. Here in the state of Hidalgo, there are no earthquakes. But where he lives, earthquakes are a common occurrence. So I was sitting there in his office chair, the kind that has wheels and that spins around, and it started to wobble. So I tried to wiggle a bit to kind of like flatten it out, and I realized, oh no, I'm feeling dizzy. I felt like I was going like this. But usually if I get dizzy, it's when I'm standing up, and I was already seated. So then it dawned on me, I'm like, oh, this is an earthquake. So this is what an earthquake feels like. And I realized the whole building was wobbling a little bit. And it lasted less than 10 seconds. And right after it ended, his mom walked in and said, hey, do you think we should go outside? I'm like, I have no idea. This is my first earthquake. She said, usually the alarm goes off, but there was no alarm. Yeah, so that was kind of weird. But it was a 5.2 on the Richter scale, and the epicenter was in Guerrero. He does not live in Guerrero. I don't know if he's comfortable sharing where he lives, so I'm not going to share that at this moment. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. I am going to play the sax. I never did do that yet. And then we'll pick back up tomorrow. Okay, it's Friday, the next day. I'm off to teach a class for 2 hours. Then after that, we are going to the doctor. I'll take you along with me, and then I'll explain. Okay, so I'm back from the doctor. If you've been following along, you know I got pretty sick. For me, it's been about 2 months ago now. But you guys have seen my health video about that fairly recently. So anyway, I mentioned in that they told me I had a UTI and that I never had any symptoms. Well, sorry for TMI, but after the fact, and after they put me on medicine for it, is when I started having a symptom. I just had to go pee a lot, but only at night, but like a lot. So I figured it was worth seeing a urologist about. And he looked at my labs and said, no, you never had a UTI. Let's run some more tests. So they gave me an ultrasound to see my kidneys and to see everything in the abdominal area, because I had been having some pain down here too. So they're going to have the results for me after 4 p.m. today. So I guess I'll tell you how that goes, if I'm able to understand them. And that will be it for today's video because I have nothing else to show you or talk about. But tomorrow we're going on a field trip and you'll see that in my next video. It's the next day. I forgot to record the ending for the video, but I picked up my lab results. There is something wrong, I just don't know the extent of it. I think there's an explanation for it, but I still need to finish talking to the doctor. So that will be another video or no video. We'll see what happens there. I really appreciate you watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content about me living in Mexico.